2022 is coming to an end. Thank God. With 2023 being right around the corner, I'm gonna hop on the top insert number here bandwagon that all the YouTubers are doing this time of year and give you guys the top 5 worst horror movies I've seen this year. How I'm gonna rank this is 5 is the best of the worst, and then 1, of course, is the worst. I don't even know why I had to explain that now that I think about it. Number 5, Rubber. This is probably one of the more niche movies that I covered, and no, it's not a movie about how things can go wrong if you don't shield your dong. It is literally about a tire that kills people. When I watched it, it was funny in some areas, but they kept doing the fourth wall break too much, and it was just really boring. It's nice to watch one time and then just be done with it, so there's that. Number 4, Santa Jaws. If you love Christmas and you love yourself, just do me a favor, steer clear from this damn movie. It just sucks the Christmas spirit out of the room. Granted, I did find it on TikTok, so I guess that kind of explains for its quality. This is a horror movie about a fucking killer Christmas shark that literally had no reason being alive until this spoiled ass kid draws the shark from his comic book with a cursed pen. It's filled with cheesy tropes from Christmas films to low budget films alike, and honestly, you can't even watch this inebriated. It wouldn't fix anything. Number 3, The Mean One. I didn't do a proper first time watching video on this movie like I planned, but holy shit, I wish I would have waited. I have this rated on my tier list as not so good, but after going back recently and watching the 2000 How the Grinch Stole Christmas, I'm starting to question what kind of crystal meth these fucking people were smoking. This movie is about Cindy, you know who, that gets revenge after the Grinch kills her parents in Newville. I have so many issues with this movie, and it's mostly because the same director who delivered this flaming bag of dog shit to my front door is also making the Winnie the Pooh horror movie that people won't shut the hell up about. If it's gonna bear any resemblance to what I saw in the theater, then I have no reason to be excited for it. I'm sorry. Number 2, Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. This movie holds something special to me because this was one of the very first movies that I covered coming into the horror community. And holy jumping dog shit, this movie is fucked. This movie is literally about killer tomatoes, and how they found any success with this movie just astonishes me on so many levels. Now, I didn't make this the worst horror movie that I saw this year. Granted, it was made in 1978, but I'm not gonna give it too much slack because this piece of shit is responsible for spawning 20 years worth of sequels and spawning a whole new subgenre of horror movies like Attack of the Killer Donuts. And without further ado, ladies and gentle germs, put your hands together because the worst movie that I've seen this year is Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2022. Oh my God, I'm so surprised. They had a perfect opportunity to show this new generation of horror movie fans that they can still make good movies and have it hold up with the classics, and they failed horribly. And I'm even more pissed because this was the first franchise that got me into the horror genre, and they fucking butchered it. This was a Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie that actually had some pretty gory and nice kills at times, but it all taught us a good moral lesson. Guns are bad, okay? Yeah, this whole movie just seems like one giant anti-gun campaign until the end of the movie where the main character has to use a gun. Now, why people were such sticklers about this plot hole, I'm not gonna say in this video. I have a whole video talking about it, and it's just, there's no point. There was no point. It's terrible, it's forgettable, it's a canker sore on the face of the franchise. Fuck this movie. Do you agree with my list? If so, go ahead and leave your comment down below, and while you're down there, go ahead, hit the subscribe button, tap the bell to all, and like the video so YouTube knows that people like this content and they can push my videos out a little bit further. I would say I can't wait to see what I cover next year, but I feel like I've already set myself up for failure like a Discord mod in No Nut November. Next week, I'm gonna be covering a horror movie that's deemed the worst horror movie of all time. A movie that JonTron CinemaSins and I Hate Everything have covered, and even has its own fucking Vice documentary. Birdemic, Shock and Terror. Later.